will be open. Like they don't need to worry about me going flipping it out on the secondary market, which is a big thing, you know. Treat your liquor store reps good, you know. Bring them some samples, you know, like.
Yeah.
So like, okay, so that's what y'all may do. Y'all may like take like a little ounce or two and be like, hey, I opened this, even though you didn't, like you bought it from like, say, another city, like Lakewood or Golden or something. It's a nice bourbon. Y'all be like, oh, I'll take some to this guy who's helped me out in the past. So kind of that kind of thing.
Yeah, because I mean,
make friends.
If you go in these
drinking buddies,
if you go in these stores, I mean, these guys they work at a liquor store. They enjoy the spirit themselves, and you know, unfortunately for them, usually these bottles are going to the customer. They aren't the ones that are going to enjoy these bottles. So yeah, bring them a little sample. You know, if you hear them say that they've really been looking to try something, if you got it, bring it in and let them try it. I mean, it goes a long way.
I mean, it goes a long way, and that's the best part about. That's what I love about the whiskey game. It's the relationships that you get to meet. Not only liquor store buyers, you know, like Daniel and I met through this Facebook group that we're in, and we ended up having a whiskey tasting together, and we drank some really bomb-ass whiskey, and we didn't even know each other, and the nice part about the whiskey game is it's fun to drink with people that know their shit, you know, like it's drinking whiskey with you is fun, Kip.
Well,
but
to
a degree, I'm not gonna necessarily whip out my nicest shit for you when I would whip it out for Daniel.
I'm not offended, and you know, we need
like for him, you just have to whip out like your finest bottle of Tito's, you know, whatever's just sitting in the freezer collecting frost.
Who the fuck puts their real drinkers don't put their vodka in the freezer? It gets all syrupy. The fact is, we can't keep one long enough to get it syrupy. So Tito's is just a classic mixer. I'm not out here trying to, you know, buy expensive bottles of whiskey or anything like that, but I'm not knocking those that do. I find the whiskey group, shout out to our friends. This is a Colorado podcast, but the Colorado group, you know who you are.
Colorado Bourbon Rye Collectors.
Okay, I didn't know if we were allowed to say the name.
Hell yeah, we can. We're posting this on our site, man. We need to get some clicks on this fucking podcast.
That is true, as well as get some clicks for the group. So, you know, I feel like it could, you know, cross paths. Yeah, it's very mutually beneficial. Shout out to those guys. Y'all are hysterical. I find it like watching y'all have like y'all's own code and conversation. Like,
oh yeah,
I follow a bunch of folks on Reddit and Twitter and Instagram, things of that nature. But watching y'all do this on Facebook, it's hilarious. It's like code. So
you can have like a whole conversation just using acronyms. I mean, there's like
ISO,
numbers,
DQ, RTs, Illinois Mass Num. What the fuck? I'm just like,
just keep watching. You'll get the hang of it, and hopefully you'll start drinking some whiskey.
Man, you know, that's cool. I like a nice tequila, and I like a nice Budweiser.
So as a tequila guy, do you drink mezcal?
Yeah, my roommate has kind of gotten me hooked on that. He's a big mezcal guy. For our listeners that they know, that's Bama. He's he went to Mexico City, learned the ways of the mezcal. And so he's kind of gotten me drinking drinks with them as well. And he's kind of like you. So we'll transition perfectly into this. You're kind of a pretty fucking, I guess because you're an accountant, you're an amateur bartender making fucking bomb ass drinks. And you can find him on his account on Instagram at The Whiskey Accountant. Is it with an E or without a E?
No E.
No E. You're the
no E.
You go
I'm a
no
E.
E.
I'm more of a Scotch drinker actually than American whiskey. So I went no E.
Let's go into that. Let's continue with that road first.
Hell
I didn't mean to shift gears out of y'all's passion project.
We're back onto it. It's all right.
Wheels back on. Let's do this.
Yeah, the wheels have fallen off long ago. You just haven't met me before today. But yeah, okay. So wait, what's the difference between why is there an E and not an E? And then also tell me why one is better than the other. You mentioned you were off American whiskeys and trying the native stuff, but I wasn't sure what that meant.
Yeah, so you know, it really is more like a regional spelling. You know, it's like American, Irish. They spell with the E, while Scottish and pretty much the rest of the world don't spell it without an E. I have no fucking idea why, but that's just the way it is in the world, I guess. But
I mean, not to rep my Instagram, but I just started this new whiskey, the American Whiskey Society.
Yeah. Go follow American Whiskey Society as well. They're in the network, they're in the club, they're in the treehouse, the web.
And as I'm learning about hashtagging, I see whiskey with a Y, with no E, with an E. So I personally never saw it without. I never really realized. Maybe I probably have seen it, but like I'm an American whiskey guy, so it's with an E. But I mean, with tomato.
Yeah, but you got hashtag every single one. You know, you got
If you're gonna do one, you got to
do them all, man. It's all about the hashtag.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go into this, and we can go over the plan, but let's not tip our hand too much in regards to what our plans are. But let's talk some social media. So that's how you and I have been able to connect. I've been able to follow. I chirp people online all the fucking time, so they know that. The listeners probably do as well. And our followers. But let's talk a little bit about your account. We mentioned photography is kind of a passion, which is, by the way, weird. Left side, right side brain. I figured numbers would be one side. And so you're kind of using the whole brain, whereas I'm over here using none of mine.
Dude,
yeah, you're a smart guy.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to go there, but if we're going to talk about how fucking smart I am, then we could definitely do a segment on that. But
and cocky.
Well, would you like to? I'll sign. We'll get them a 1099 paperwork. We'll just have join them to the name vacancy. You'll fit in like a glove, like OJ's glove.
But yeah, I mean, what would you guys like to hear about?
Let's talk a little bit about your account. Yeah, okay. I was just kidding about the brain thing. What's it called?
About being so big. Is that what you're kidding about?
No, so like, what? How did you get?
You have a massive following, and it seems like it's because you have great content. How did you kind of find this niche?
Yeah, so it's actually funny. So this all kind of started out. Actually, just my dogs had a Instagram account, and it blew up, and it was like a very popular account.
You can plug that account if you'd like to.
It's at Prost_and_Porter. So there, if you guys just want to see fucking cute pictures of dogs, like. Which I fucking follow dogs. I love it.
Who doesn't like a bunch of cute dogs?
We're posting a picture of theirs when we do this teaser for sure.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then so yeah, I kind of just got into social media and really enjoyed like kind of the connecting with other people. And so I started actually out as like a little like food Instagram. It was pretty shitty, you know, like it was nothing that special.
Are you making fun of us again?
No. I used the cell phone to take photos then too, and it's like so. Yeah, so actually,
some of us don't just sit in an office all day crunching numbers and.
Yeah, you must have a lot of free time to edit these pictures while you're just accounting over there.
I mean, we only close once a month, so it's no. But so it kind of started out that way, and you know, I'll do a little shameless plug right here. I actually went into Beast and Bottle, and we were having dinner there, and the bar was just so incredible there, and we sat at the bar, and we had the bar manager serving us, and
it's funny you talk about Beast and Bottle, our friends. We actually did an interview over there with Beast and Bottle.
They're one of our early apps, and Sam, I'll let you elaborate.
I mean, we love them over there. They were one of our early guests, but they weren't that stoked. They
did not want to hang out with us. They didn't get our jive.
They felt like we felt they were more of the. There's a little too much persimmon in this food, and that's not our podcast.
Yeah, they were. Okay, it was a little stuffy. Stuffy. For a restaurant that you would otherwise not think was, and I mean, we don't shit on it. The food is good. We're just talking about our episode, so don't get us wrong. We're not shitting on Beast and Bottle. We're shitting on that episode. It was pretty bad. Yeah. we recognized it. We're first to admit it when we're wrong. It takes a big man.
That was probably like our 5th or 6th episode.
It also takes a big man like you and I to admit when there's a bad episode out there, and no matter whose fault it was, we had a bad episode.
Anyways.
Sorry to digress.
So that's kind of like, without getting like too much into like, you know, the backstory of like how I ended up here.
Yeah, dude.
Basically, I had a wonderful experience there at the bar. They tasted tons of spirits. I was like, holy shit, you know, like whiskey is more than just, you know, Jack Daniels and Jim Beam, you know, $20 bottles off the shelf. So that's really what got into me. So I started looking on Instagram. I saw there's like a very vibrant whiskey community on Instagram. I was like, you know, there's a very good opportunity to go out there and actually learn more about bottles, see what's out there. And then, you know, I was like, I'll just post what I'm doing along the way. And it just kind of started blowing up. And, you know, I got like my first sponsorship. I was like, holy shit, you know, like you can actually like, not that I made it to like make money or get free bottles, but
it's better that way.
But it's dope. Yeah, I'm not going to like, I know you know, I will say a lot of influencers, like, yeah, a lot of influencers will be, no, it's true.
Dude, we're with you. We have a big announcement. And
a lot of people, and a lot of these, you know, a lot of people on Instagram will try to hide the fact that they get sponsorships or, you know, try to act like they're holier than thou. But, you know, it's pretty fucking dope when you get in like whiskey bottles in the mail. So I won't say.
Is that against the law? Like, are they allowed to just ship stuff like that to like persons? Like, do you get them from? Can you order them online, whiskeys and stuff? Like,
You can, yeah. As long as you have to have probably like some sort of
You have
liquor
to have
license.
special permits,
Yeah.
licenses.
But it's like the same as wine clubs, like how they ship them to us.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friends over at Vita Cole Wine Club. Go check it out, vitacolewine.com. I'm going to make a point to say that every time because I can't believe that guy came on our podcast.
yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. It's fucking awesome.
Pretty fucking cool, yeah.
But so, like, you just get them, so you get a certain number of followers because just popping off from different locations, or was it the at-home system? What really kind of pinged for you? Obviously, great photography.
Yeah. No, I would say, the big thing is just being like just being authentic, actually communicating with people. Don't be someone that just like posts a bottle of whiskey and be like, here's my nice ass bottle. Like say something about it, if people ask questions, answer those questions.
I mean, that's what I'm starting to do. And like, I just reached out to you today because we're drinking this Parker's Heritage, the new barrel, and I was like, asked a question. And the nice part is that, yes, we know each other, but I looked at your other comments. You commented on every single person that commented, and that's an important.
I mean, that's the purpose of social media.
I was going to say,
it's like fucking made for engagement. If
Yeah.
you're not doing it, then what?
Then why?
I mean, but some people aren't in the business of like trying to, or not even the business, but just like the purpose of their Instagram may just be for friends and family to follow them. You've managed to you've intrigued me. I'm not a whiskey guy, but I see these drinks you're making at home, and I'm like, that's fucking cool. Like whatever you made, like with the cross on the top of the phone. I'm guessing meringue with the.
That one was just if you just like shake up cream really hard.
Cream?
It just basically
Okay.
it'll just form like a nice little layer of foam. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah,
velvety and
my
just,
roommate does it on top of like our pisco sours or
yeah, if you use like a little egg,
Sours
yeah.
are some of my
you got me hooked on those
favorite. We'll have to do an episode and drink some pisco.
We
sours.
should, yeah. No, we were actually down in South America last year, and we drank gang tons of pisco sours. Got mad hangovers pretty much every day, but it was fucking amazing.
That goddamn sugar.
It's the goddamn sugar, man. It is. It's I'm not going to say it's not a sugary
damn
drink,
good.
but yeah, I always just say, it's called social media for a reason. Don't take out the social of it, and as long as you're authentic and don't seem like you're just out there just to like make a buck.
It's
people,
fun.
people gravitate towards good people. That's always what I say. So.
Man, you know what? Eventually I'm going to teach you that if you say, that was awesome, and I wish it was into that mic.
Fuck.
It's all right. They'll still be able to hear it. But yeah, I do agree. Good people do gravitate towards good people. That's kind of what we've done with our team. It's just like your drinking buddies. That's what Whiskey Wednesdays is. It's just hanging out with your drinking buddies with a couple microphones somewhat near your face.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this whole microphone concept.
Hey,
I'm looking at Sam. Sam's got like down in his crotch talking, and like
I was just pouring myself some whiskey.
and it's somehow working for him. I don't know.
He knows. He's done this before. So I'll give you the credit of like never being able to, you've never done this, or
Yeah.
at least with us.
So you have to bear with me as I work my way through this
I think most
microphone
appropriate-
situation.
And it's my bad. We should have the required equipment.
We should have prepped him too.
so you could talk into it. That's on me.
Don't worry. When you come back on as a regular on our Whiskey Wednesdays, you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, I just invited you to.
Look at that.
This is an honor. This is more than I was expecting tonight. This is all right. So should I?
No, yeah, cock and no. Just that's the rap version, or you could go this version. It's like a cupped hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you could I just kind of hold it in front of my mouth, but it's oftentimes this, So no worries. Sorry for bad radio. Let's get back to the social media and how you kind of built it. But yeah, I do agree with the engagement rates and those things of that nature. But let's talk about, where did these drink combinations come from? Are you pulling from like a fucking book? Or are you like...
Are you making these up, man?
I mean, for those that don't know, you're making some creative cocktails. Let's go a little bit in depth.
Like first off,
What was that thing you made the other day?
but I don't know if we've talked about this yet. Just to give you a little intro to this, you just entered a contest, right? That's how his cocktails are so great. Looking, at least. I haven't tried them yet.
I was trying to tease it too. That's a good one. Ask him.
But
I want to know about this.
Tell us about this home bartender contest we've seen on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give a little Instagram shout out to the Home Bar Awards. It's ran by three dudes, pretty big industry giants. Anyone heard of Licensed to Distill? Like million followers. He's one of the guys that helps runs that. And basically, it was just a way, it was a way to kind of bring on showing people the art of home mixology that, you don't have to necessarily, you can learn to make these drinks at a bar at home, you know. So it's kind of promoting that opportunity. And so that was kind of a natural thing for me as I kind of got into my own home mixology journey to just kind of pick up and kind of start putting it out there, kind of get other, is a way for me to kind of get other people's opinions on my drinks, see if, you know, I was way off base on my drinks, or if they, you know, actually was making something good. So because I won earlier in this year, I get to compete for Home Bartender of the Year via Home Bar Awards. So
what does that entail? Do y'all like all? Is it kind of? I like to picture like Chopped. So